Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the finals of the Typhlosion Division here in the PWC. I am RadioactiveMayo. This is the final grand finals of the Typhlosion Division here. We have the Power Snakes, coached by GhirahiM, versus the Hathens City Skitty, coached by Trannel. Normally here we would have Trannel on the commentary, but since Trannel knocked me out of playoffs and now he's in the finals, I'm filling in here on the commentary. So, yeah, this is it. This is for all the marbles. This is the grand finals here. So, a few things about the matchup. We have Terra Captain Zoroark over here versus Terra Captain Vikavolt over here. Trannel brought an interesting team. No Baxcalibur, no Regieleki, but we see the two grass types with Decidueye and Roserade, as well as the Flareon. And GhirahiM has an interesting team here. No Keldeo at all, which was one of the top kill leaders in the league, as well as the Victini. We do see the Victini, though, but yeah, no Keldeo for GhirahiM versus two grass types is actually nice, because I imagine the two grass types were definitely for the Keldeo. But we don't see any Keldeo here. So, yeah, very interesting matchup. I'm not really sure who to root for. I faced Trannel twice in the league. I beat him in the regular season. He knocked me out of playoffs. I never faced GhirahiM, but his team is very good. So I'm not really sure what to think here. This Vikavolt is a very interesting Terra Captain. It could set up the Sticky Web, but there is, defog on the Tapu Fini and potential defog on the Decidueye. So I'm not sure if he's going to want to take the Sticky Web route in this matchup. The Zoroark looks really good, though, versus this team. Like, Zoroark can hit GhirahiM's team pretty hard, so that's going to be tough. His Dark Resist is the Obstagoon, which doesn't really want to switch in and take hits. Okay, so we see a Noivern lead versus a Roserade. Looks like it's heavy-duty boots on the Roserade. So, yeah, pretty good lead for GhirahiM off the bat. We could just see a U-turn, or he could just fire off a Hurricane or a Boom Burst. Not sure if this is going to be an offensive Noivern or what, but I don't think Roserade would want to stay in here. This could be more of a defensive Roserade with spikes or toxic spikes. I think Trannel has liked to bring that a few times this season, but yeah, we could see Trannel switch into the Tapu Fini or the Celesteela here. I'm not sure, but Noivern's in a pretty good position here, so we'll see what it wants to do. I think Noivern actually looks really good in this matchup. On paper, it outspeeds everything on Trannel's team, barring any potential Choice Scarfer. So that's really good. So Noivern definitely looks really good here. As we see the Tapu Fini switch, and it's a Super Fang. Interesting. So we see Super Fang on the Noivern. This could be more of a support Noivern, carrying the Super Fang. Maybe it has Taunt, maybe it has Defog, not sure, but Super Fang on the Tapu Fini is great. Good to put it at 50%, and we do see the leftovers on Tapu Fini, so interesting to see what GhirahiM will want to respond here versus the Tapu Fini. But yeah, this Tapu Fini matches up pretty well versus GhirahiM's team nonetheless. And it's definitely an obstacle for the Victini. The Victini can definitely be really good in this matchup. Victini was one of the top kill leaders in the league. It could be Flash Fire on the Flareon for the Victini. As Noivern just U-turns out, that makes sense. It's not choice locked or anything. But yeah, if GhirahiM can get through this Tapu Fini, then it just opens a door for Victini as we do see the Vikavolt, which is the Terra Captain here, and it is in fact leftovers. So we see the leftovers Vikavolt takes 36% from the Moonblast. Not too bad. That is decent damage, though. That is decent damage on the Vikavolt, but that is going to threaten the Tapu Fini here, and it does not look like Trannel brought any electric immunity. So he did not bring his ground type. So Volt Switch is pretty free here if that's what Vikavolt wants to do. I don't think Tapu Fini wants to stay in. So as we see the Roserade respawn, but it's just going to be a Bug Buzz, and that is enough to 2-hit KO the Roserade. So nice Bug Buzz there on the Vikavolt, maybe predicting one of the grass types to come out and just wanting to get the damage off on this Roserade. That's really good. So Vikavolt could stay in here and just fire off another Bug Buzz and 2-hit KO this Roserade. I don't think Roserade can take out this Vikavolt from this amount of HP, unless it's like super offensive with Sludge Bomb, but it is heavy duty boots, so I doubt it. So we could likely just see another Bug Buzz here. We still don't know the Terra type on this Vikavolt either, but very nice damage there on the Roserade. To be fair, I don't think Roserade had a super good matchup here, given that there was no Keldeo. I mean, most things on GhirahiM's team matched up pretty well versus this Roserade, so I do feel like it was fairly expendable. But I don't know what Trannel's strategy is here, to be fair. But this is definitely looking like a good position for GhirahiM. I'm very curious to see what the Terra type on this Vikavolt is, if he's going to reveal it at all. As we actually see Metagross. Ooh, and Roserade goes for the Shadow Ball. Wow. Okay, that was interesting. You know, I'm surprised that Vikavolt didn't just 2-hit KO this with Bug Buzz. I thought we were definitely just going to see another Bug Buzz here, but instead he wanted to make the Metagross play. But Trannel made a nice Shadow Ball. I mean, I guess he figured, if he's going to switch, we might as well go for the Shadow Ball. Very nice Shadow Ball there. So we're dealing over half to this Metagross. That's huge for Trannel. I'm not sure what kind of set this Metagross is going to be. I mean, Metagross can do a lot of things, but I would venture to say Celesteela is a pretty good answer to Metagross. But, of course, Roserade could be faster. Oh, but the Bullet Punch is just going to take out Roserade. Wow, okay. I wonder if that's choice banned. There is a chance that Roserade was faster than Metagross there, but the Bullet Punch will out-prioritize it and knock out the Roserade. So Roserade is gone, but not before getting 50% off on this Metagross, which is nice. I do think that Roserade dealt some decent chip damage. And now we see the Celesteela here, which, if this thing is locked into Bullet Punch, it can't stay in. Celesteela is definitely a threat. Not sure what it's going to want to do. Oh, it's not Celesteela. It's Zoroark. Wow, even I fell for that one. So we see the Terra Dark Zoroark there. And it looks like Metagross wasn't even choice locked, as it didn't go for the Bullet Punch. I wonder what it went for. Maybe the Thunder Punch. But Zoroark gets a nice kill there on Metagross. So Zoroark is in now. And yeah, this Zoroark looks really good versus GhirahiM's team. I mean, like I said, his Dark Resist is Obstagoon, and that Obstagoon does not really want to be switching in and taking these hits. So the Terra Dark... Night Daze, not Dark Pulse. It was a Night Daze. The Terra Dark Night Daze is gonna hurt. I mean, I think that's looking like the win con for Trannel here. So okay, and we see Noivern here. So the Frisk onto the Zoroark, I think, was a very smart decision. So now we know that Zoroark is in fact Choice Scarf. So yeah, that I think that pretty much ensures that Zoroark is faster than everything on GhirahiM's team, which is huge, even if the Victini is Choice Scarf. But yeah, I mean, going into Noivern to scout the item here was smart. Unfortunately, now Zoroark is going to be faster than this Noivern, and I'm not sure if it even wants to take a Night Daze. We could see a switch into Obstagoon now. I I, I, I want to say Obstagoon can take 2 Night Dazes, although it really doesn't want to. I'm not sure what kind of set this Obstagoon is running for this matchup here. But yeah, this Choice Scarf Terra Dark Knight Days is looking like a great win con for Trannel. I think he definitely wants to save it here. I'm not sure if Trannel even wants to risk this not KOing the Noivern. I mean, if this is a bulky support Noivern, if it's like max HP, there is a chance that it survives the Night Days here. But then again, I'm not even sure if a bulky support Noivern can take out Zoroark back, unless it lands a Draco Meteor, which is possible. But we could just see a safe Tapu Fini switch here. And that's exactly what we see on the U-turn. So nice U-turn there, I think. I think that was a nice U-turn. Either way, it would have dealt super effective damage to the Zoroark, and we get momentum into Tapu Fini. So that Zoroark in the back is definitely looking like a strong win con for Trannel, I would say. But now we have momentum into Tapu Fini. I think we could definitely see Vikavolt here. Vikavolt can just fire off an electric move pretty freely. We could also see an Obstagoon. Obstagoon could get its Flame Orb right now and fire off a Facade. I'm not sure if that's the set that it's running. We could see that potentially. But as we do in fact see Victini. Interesting. So Bolt Strike seems pretty obvious here. I wonder what set this Victini is. Tapu Fini could try to survive one and go for a Surf. Surf would do a lot to Victini. Surf would definitely do a lot to Victini. This Victini could be, it could be a number of sets, but we do just see a safe Flareon switch on the Bolt Strike. So Flareon takes the Bolt Strike pretty well. It makes sense not wanting to, lose Tapu Fini right now. And Flareon's role in this battle seems to just be solely dedicated to dealing with Victini. So we see the Flareon switch here, which makes sense. I wonder what attacks this Flareon has for Victini. Ooh, we see the Taunt. Ooh. Flareon cannot go for Toxic after the Taunt. So very nice tech carrying the Taunt on Victini. It's going to be really hard now for Flareon to deal with this Victini. I mean, it can't Wish. I'm guessing it's like Wish Protect Toxic. And I think now we could just see it go for another Bolt Strike here. So this is a sticky situation now all of a sudden for Trannel. He might have to sack something just to bring Zoroark back out and threaten this Victini. So I think Victini can pretty safely here just fire off another Bolt Strike and 2-hit KO this Flareon. I'm not sure what its attacking move is, but I'm guessing based on Toxic that it's probably carrying Wish Protect. We do see the Bolt Strike and the Flare Blitz. Yeah, the Flare Blitz is not going to do much at all, so it looks like we're just going to sack Flareon here to get some chip on Victini. Yeah, that Taunt Victini, very nice tech. Very nice packing the Taunt on Victini for this battle. Victini's looking very good here, but now we definitely see the Zoroark come back out. That is the Zoroark, not the Celesteela. Speaking of Celesteela, Celesteela is still at full HP in the back. It could potentially be an offensive Celesteela, given that he's holding it onto it in the back, but we don't know. But once again, Zoroark is out, and dealing with the Zoroark is going to be potentially problematic for GhirahiM. I mean, he might just have to choose some sacks. To be able to threaten this Zoroark. Of course, I don't know how he, even checks Zoroark in return, I'm really curious what the Obstagoon set is. It is possible that Vikavolt can live one Night Days at 76% if it is bulky. I'm not sure. But I definitely think we switch out Victini here. I do expect GhirahiM to want to save Victini here, as he decides to go Noivern. Oh, and we see a U-turn. Okay, nice U-turn from Zoroark. I'm a little surprised he didn't just go for the Night Days, but I guess he might have been expecting the Obstagoon. So I suppose U-turn is a fair play there. So now we see a U-turn, as we might just see, Tapu Fini come back out and go for a Moonblast here. Nice Noivern sack. I mean, it looks like Noivern is the sack of choice for GhirahiM on Zoroark. So yeah, Tapu Fini comes back out here. It looks like it can just freely fire off another Moonblast. We could see a U-turn. We could see a U-turn into something like Vikavolt. U-turning into Victini seems a little risky. I think it's more likely that he just sacks Noivern here, goes for Super Fang, and then brings Victini back out. I think makes the most sense. Because, once this Tapu Fini goes down, then Victini just clicks V-Create and gets kills. GhirahiM is up 5-4 right now, so Trannel still has to dig back a little bit. But we do see the U-turn. We do see the U-turn on Noivern, and we do see the Vikavolt. And Vikavolt can take 2 Moonblasts, but we do see the special attack drop. A special attack drop is a little unfortunate. Vikavolt can easily take 2 Moonblasts here. Tapu Fini is getting a lot of health back from leftovers, though, so that's definitely looking good. But yeah, if this thing has Volt Switch, you can just freely Volt Switch here. Or we could just see a Thunderbolt. I think there's a decent chance we see Decidueye come out here. We actually see Taunt. Ooh, no Roost on the Taunt. That's a nice Taunt from Tapu Fini. Nice Taunt from Tapu Fini. Definitely risking taking big damage to an electric move to get that Taunt off. I'm surprised he was willing to risk Tapu Fini there. But the Taunt definitely pays off here. We've seen a couple really big taunts in this battle already. This is a very close battle. I think this is going to come down to the wire. I really do. I really think this is going to come down to the wire. It's still looking like anyone's game. I wonder what the Vikavolt is going to want to do now that it can't taunt. It might not even have the Volt Switch. It might just have Thunderbolt. I'm assuming it has to carry an electric move of some kind. But yeah, I wonder what the Decidueye is in the back also. Decidueye could potentially, do a lot of damage here. Ooh, it's Terra Steel, so we finally reveal the Terra type. Ooh, and the critical hit. Wow. So the Terra Steel is finally revealed on Vikavolt, which lets it resist the potential fairy move, but Tapu Fini does go for the Surf anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But the critical hit on the Thunderbolt, that may have mattered given that Vikavolt has the special attack drop. I'm not sure how much special defense that Tapu Fini had, but that is huge for GhirahiM here. That definitely gives him the upper hand now, because after that, Victini can come out safely and just click V-Create. But of course, not before sacking something to Zoroark. So Zoroark is here going for the Night Days, as it's about time to let Vikavolt go down. I think that's fair. Vikavolt definitely did its job, taking out the Tapu Fini. Vikavolt definitely did its job here. Zoroark once again can just come out and click Night Days, and let's see what GhirahiM wants to do. We could see the Noivern. We could see the Noivern go for a U-turn again. I want to see Obstagoon. I really feel like we might see Obstagoon here. I really don't know what set Obstagoon has though. Yeah, we do see Obstagoon here. Okay, so Obstagoon can definitely live at least one Night Days. maybe 2. So I think he has to switch here. We may see a Decidueye switch, but if this is an offensive Obstagoon, I mean, it could potentially do a lot to Decidueye here. It looks like GhirahiM might be gaining the upper hand right now. He decides to stay in. Oh wow. So Trannel actually decides to stay in and go for the Night Days into the Obstagoon, as Obstagoon just goes for Parting Shot. Wow, I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know what moveset this Obstagoon has, but I thought, it would definitely want to fire off an attack there at least. I mean, I think that was a great play by Trannel staying in on the Night Days. I mean, if he goes Decidueye there and takes a lot of damage, I think he loses a lot of momentum to bring this back. So staying in, predicting a potential Parting Shot was nice, because now he kind of has to bring out something. I mean, he can go Noivern here and U-turn. Also, that Night Days did 34% to Obstagoon, so it looks like it might be a 2 KO from this range. Not after the special attack drop, of course. So he could go Noivern and then U-turn back into Obstagoon if he wanted to and take 2, but yeah, I mean, Obstagoon can't really switch into a Night Days at this point, because that Night Days did 34%, and that is looking like enough to 2 a KO. Of course, that could be a roll. I don't know. So we do see the Noivern once again here. So I'm expecting likely a U-turn here from the Noivern. I wonder how much damage it's going to take from a Night Days, though. Of course, after the special attack drop, I think it makes sense for Trannel to want to switch out here. I think it might be time to sack something if you're Trannel. But it looks like he's choosing to sack Zoroark, which is interesting. Zoroark is going to stay in and get his damage, which is fair. Maybe Trannel sees another win con with a potential Celesteela. I mean, I wonder if this is like a potential autotomize Celesteela. It certainly could be. And of course, we don't know the Decidueye set either. We haven't seen either of these mons come out. So Trannel is just deciding, hey, I'm going to get the most out of this Zoroark while I can. And, it is Flame Orb. We didn't get a chance to see the Flame Orb before, but this is in fact Flame Orb. Okay, totally fine. So now we see the Decidueye come out, and that's not going to take a Facade very well. Nope. Well played from GhirahiM, I think. Well played from GhirahiM. I mean, he does finally get the Flame Orb now. And now, yeah, I mean, Obstagoon is going to KO Decidueye here, and it's leftovers, so it doesn't look like it's faster. Facade is going to be a clean 2 KO. We see Protect. Yeah, I wonder what kind of set this Decidueye has, just for a little bit of residual burn damage, I guess. But yeah, it looks like it all comes down to Celesteela and what kind of Celesteela set the Trannel brings. There's a lot of options here. If it's Autotomize, I think it has a chance. I do. It could be like Autotomize Meteor Beam, and this battle could get very interesting very fast. Of course, Landorus T is also still at full HP. Let's not forget. Landorus being at full HP for GhirahiM is also massive. Although I'm not sure if Landorus can do any significant damage to Celesteela, but Landorus can at least take 1 Night Days from Zoroark and remove it, so that's good. I don't think Victini or Noivern at this point can take a Night Days from Zoroark, so holding on to Landorus for the Zoroark is definitely nice. So yeah, I'm definitely expecting a Facade here to take out the Decidueye. I'm not sure if Trannel is going to want to save this Decidueye. I'm not sure if it's of any use at this point anymore. It seems to me like he has to sack Decidueye here and then go guns a-blazing with whatever Celesteela set he has, I think. Unless Zoroark has some coverage it wants to go for. I'm not sure a U-turn from Zoroark could kill Obstagoon from 50. We see a double Protect, which, I mean, is fair if we're just sacking at this point. We're just trying to get as much residual chip damage as we can. Maybe that residual chip damage is enough to put Obstagoon in range of a U-turn. I don't know. But Facade should always kill here. Facade did 65 the first time, so there's no reason here not to just keep going for Facade if you're GhirahiM. Yeah, the triple protect is going to fail, it looks like. And Obstagoon is going to end up at 42. So it is time for Celesteela. This is, in fact, Celesteela and not Zoroark. It all comes down to this for Trannel. I mean, I wonder what set this is. If it's Autotomized, it's going to get interesting. I'm not sure how GhirahiM comes back from Autotomize, unless Victini can live. But if it's Autotomized Meteor Beam, like, I don't know, that might have the game. Celesteela might have the game here if it's Autotomized Meteor Beam. Or even, like, Weakness Policy, but I don't know. I'm not sure what move Celesteela would have for Victini. I'm not even sure if... Ooh, Switcheroo. Ooh. Nice Switcheroo tech on the Obstagoon. Very nice. So, Celesteela had the Wakan Berry. I believe that's the Electric Resist Berry, which I'm not sure that would have came into play at all, but Celesteela is in fact burned now. It is Autotomized. Yep, we know it's Flame Orb. Oh, and it's physical. Wow. Yeah, I think that Switcheroo seals the game. If this is a physical Celesteela, that's going to seal the game. Because now Celesteela can't do enough damage to Victini. And Victini can just click V-Create. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think if this was a special attacking Celesteela, this could have gotten very interesting. But if this is a purely physical Celesteela, that burn cripples it too much. And I don't think it can do enough damage to Victini. Especially Landorus. After an Intimidate, there's no way. He does save Obstagoon, too. He does save Obstagoon and just goes hard Noivern. Which is interesting. I don't even think Obstagoon lives a Night Days, but it's okay. It looks like Noivern is the sack of choice. Oh, he goes hard Victini, too. Wow. I'm a little surprised he went hard Victini. That seemed a little risky. But I think this is over. I mean, I don't think Celesteela can do anything to Victini at this point. Oh, it has Earthquake and it gets a crit. But even the crit Earthquake is not enough. Wow. Even the crit Earthquake is not enough. And now it's just Zoroark here. This thing is down. It just comes down to Zoroark here. And like I said, I think Landorus always can survive one Night Days. So I think GhirahiM seals the game. This was a really good game. I think GhirahiM played this well. I think he had a great game plan going in. Yeah, I mean, if only I think Celesteela was like special. I mean, it could have been a different game. That switcheroo was huge. I think that switcheroo made all the difference. Although the critical hit Earthquake still didn't even. But yeah, I mean, if that Celesteela didn't get burned on the switcheroo, I mean, it could have gotten dicey. I mean, that Earthquake with a crit did 40%. It would have been close if Celesteela wasn't burned. It's coming down to the wire here. I think GhirahiM just sacks something and then brings out a full health Landorus and survives one Night Days. So I think it's okay. Yeah. Excellent game. I mean, GhirahiM had all the tech. I think the taunt on Victini was huge in the mid game to shut down Flareon and keep pressure on. And the switcheroo on Obstagoon sealed the deal at the end to prevent Celesteela from making a comeback. Vikavolt played really well. I mean, that crit on Tapu Fini was huge. it might have been slightly different if that crit didn't happen, but still, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it matters in the grand scheme of things. Trannel brought an interesting team. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't bring the Bax Caliber, but I guess versus Bullet Punch Metagross, he didn't see the need. And yeah, there it is. GhirahiM seals the deal with an Earthquake from Landorus T, and just like that, your Season 8 Typhlosion Division champion is GhirahiM of the Power Snakes. Thank you all for watching. That was a great game, fought on both sides. Make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, see you later.